You know this city, not just because of the skyline, not just because of the bridges. We know this city because of who built it, the people. The people who kept showing up, the people who worked before they were recognized, the people who carried things they never got credit for. That's Pittsburgh. And maybe that's why this place feels different. Because underneath all the steel and history, there's always been this quiet belief that our work actually matters, that what we build matters, that what we leave behind truly matters. Every generation gets asked the same question, and now it's our turn. What are we going to do with the things that have been handed to us? Because eventually we realize grit isn't something we inherit. It becomes ours the moment we choose to carry it. And that's why growing up in Pittsburgh actually means something. And so does the work that we do with our students. Students carrying dreams, questions, pressure, potential, stories nobody else fully sees. Some of us arrive already believing we have purpose, but the reality is most of us don't. That's okay, because maybe school was never supposed to hand us identity. Maybe it was supposed to create moments where we begin to discover it. Spending time with people who see something in us before we see it ourselves. And that's usually when something shifts. And eventually we leave the classroom. Because purpose can't stay inside four walls. At some point, we have to move. We have to show up. We have to build. We have to serve. We have to get our hands dirty. Not because somebody told us to, but because that's how we find out what matters to us. Something changes when we stop asking, what am I getting? And start asking, what am I building? What am I contributing? What could happen if we actually showed up?
How we doing?
Think about it. When's the last time you put your hands in the dirt? When's the last time you built something, or cleaned something, or fixed something that wasn't for you? These students did that. They showed up and they worked, not for a grade, not for a photo, for a garden that feeds a neighborhood, for a shelter that houses our unhoused population, for an organization that serves unhoused youth, for a city that will always need a hand. And when you do that, when you give something to a place that gave nothing first, something changes in you. You stop being a passenger. Maybe that's the whole point. Maybe everything in your city belongs to you, which means you have a responsibility. Here's what I want to ask you directly. Not just the students, not just the teachers, but to you, the person watching this right now. What are you waiting for? What excuse have you been holding on to that feels heavy enough to justify standing still? Because these students, these young people from the north side, they didn't have everything figured out. They had doubts. They had mornings they didn't want to show up. They had reasons, and they came anyway. They learned things this year that don't fit on a transcript. Like how to be in a room with someone who has more than you and still hold your head up. Or how to be in a room with someone who has less than you and treat them like they matter. Or how to say thank you and actually mean it. Or how to be on time. Or how to be someone that people can actually count on. And those aren't just skills.
But we don't got no key
values.
for the elevator.
Key for the elevator.
Right? Don't you need a key?
We come down here with a plan.
I did. My plan was to get it from there and then walk it back up the front into the door. Yeah, this is what service learning is. Especially if you want an extra hour. I'll get you an extra hour. I'll get you an extra hour. Take your time too. Like, we need to set it down again. Like,
in this city, volunteering isn't rare, it's normal. Across Pittsburgh, thousands of residents contribute millions of hours every year just to serve their communities and neighborhoods. And maybe that's why something feels different here. Because service isn't something we talk about from a distance. It's something we step into. It's the extra hands, the early mornings, the moments nobody really actually posts about. It's people choosing to show up when it would be easier not to. And over time, something happens when we live like that. We stop seeing helping out as an option, and we start seeing it as a part of who we are. And maybe the real question isn't whether the city needs more support. Maybe the question is whether we're willing to be a part of what's already happening here. Because in Pittsburgh, showing up isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
yeah.
And so this wasn't just a class, not just a project, not just service hours. It's a reminder that purpose grows when we move, that community becomes ours when we invest in it, that this city is still being built, and maybe it's our turn.
You got this? No, that's still with the eye.